welcome to Whiteboard Learning Platform. My name is Anvadha Tripathi, and today's session is going to be the very first in the series for the discussion of the current affairs of August month. So we'll discuss the very first news, which is about the scrapping of auctions related to lithium by the Ministry of Mines for the second time in because of the weak investor response. So here we need to understand that lithium is basically a white silver metal which is found in the minerals in India: spodumene, lepidolite and amblygonite. The lithium is very important component of battery storage devices which is used in electric vehicles, electronic industry, for example, in mobile phone, laptop, etc. So because of this, it is also termed as white gold, as it is a basic building block for the entire electronic industry and the electric vehicles. So for the lithium, basically India used to be dependent upon the import from various countries, for example Argentina. But last year in 2023, Geological Survey of India have identified the certain reserve blocks of lithium from the various districts in a state. So you should know from where the lithium blocks is located in India. So if you talk about the very first lithium blocks which was identified by the Geological Survey of India is Salal Haimana area, which is located in Riasi district of Jammu and Kashmir, and from where only this auction block is scrapped by the Ministry of Mines. If you talk about the second most important location is Pihara belt, which is located in Kodarma district of Jharkhand, and the third is Katgoda region of Korba district, Chhattisgarh. And apart from this, lithium is also identified in the Margalla area of Mandya district in Karnataka, followed by the Revant Hill in Degana region of Nagaur district of Rajasthan. So these are basically the important reservoir of lithium blocks in India. If we talk about the global distribution of lithium, then in South American continent, a very famous lithium triangle is located, which is about the maximum reservoir from 55 to 57% in the three countries which is the part of this lithium triangle. One is Argentina, second is Bolivia, and the third is Chile. If you talk about the maximum reservoirs, then it is located in Bolivia, followed by Argentina, and the third place is occupied by the Chile. So in the last year, in the January 2024, the government of India have also signed an agreement with Argentina for the exploitation of this lithium block from Argentina. But if you talk about the maximum production of lithium in the world, then it is the Australia which is holding a first spot. So Bolivia is about the maximum reserve, but when it comes to the maximum production, then it is Australia. So to realize the importance of this news, we will discuss one questions from the UPSC previous year, which UPSC has asked in 2008, which says that which of the following pair of the metal constitute the lightest metal and the heaviest metal respectively. So here among these four options, the answer is option B, lithium and osmium. So in the comment section, you have to write that why lithium and osmium is the lightest and heaviest metal respectively. Now, the next news, which is about the inauguration of a museum by Union Ministry of Culture and Tourism at Humayun Tomb, World Heritage Site Museum at Humayun Tomb. So this museum is spread across somewhere around 1 lakh square feet area, which is built in collaboration in between Archaeological Survey of India and Aga Khan Trust for Culture. This museum is going to have approximate 500 artifacts. Now, the next news is very crucial, as it is a very historic judgment with respect to the classification of SCs and STs. So here we need to understand this subclassification which is meant to provide the reservation. So if we talk about the reservation in India, so this ST community have the reservation up to 7.5%. If you talk about SC, then it is 15%. OBC is 27%, and EWS category, which is economically weaker section, is having the reservation about the 10%. So here the meaning of subclassification is, if we see these categories, then it is the OBC which is having the criteria of subclassification in terms of creamy and non-creamy layer. So based on a certain level of income, the classification is done with respect to the OBC. For example, if a family is having an income of 8 lakh per annum, then it is 8 lakh or more than this, then it will be termed as the creamy layer. So therefore, this creamy layer of OBC section is not going to have the benefit of a reservation. So the similar efforts, that sub-classification now is going to be done with respect to the SC and ST. However, this is not the first time that when the Supreme Court have intervened in this matter. Before that only in 1970 decades onwards, there was a sub-classification which was done by the various state in order to provide the reservation benefit among this SC category who belongs to even more disadvantageous section. So for example, in 1975, Punjab government have taken the initiative to provide the sub-classification of SC from the two category, Majbi Sikh and Valmiki community, and later on that was implemented from 1975 onwards, and the similar effort which was taken in 2000 by Andhra Pradesh government. So this initiative of AP government was challenged in a case, namely E.V. Chinnaiya versus State of Andhra Pradesh, whereby the Supreme Court have said that this SC and ST list is a homogeneous group. So therefore, this sub-classification is against the principle of right to equality, which is given under Article 14. And on the similar note, in 2006 by Punjab and Haryana High Court, this sub-classification of the Punjab government, which was started from 1975, was struck off, which invited a widespread protest in Punjab. So because of which again the Punjab government has passed a sub-classification initiative in 2006, and in that journey now the Supreme Court have given a landmark judgment whereby a 7-judge bench given the verdict with 6-1. So the majority of the judges have said that now the state can sub-classify the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe for the additional quota within for the more disadvantageous group within this category in a case, namely State of Punjab and other versus Devendra Singh and others. Here in this particular case, we need to understand that the opinion of one judge which is in against the majority, which was given by the Justice Bela Trivedi. So what exactly the argument which put forward by the Justice Bela Trivedi is about the constitutional provision to provide the reservation for this SC category under Article 341. So under Article 341 subclause 1, it is the President who is having the authority to notify the list for the SC in various state and UT. And under Article 341 subclause 2, it is the Parliament who is having the authority to make addition and deletion within this list, which is notified by the President. So therefore, it is not the state government who is having the authority. However, as per the majority judgment, now the sub-classification can be done by the state government under Article 15 subclause 4 and 16 subclause 4. However, a benchmark or the yardstick is put forward by the Supreme Court in this judgment, whereby the state government should provide this reservation of additional quota on the basis of empirical evidences. Means the state government must have the data about the requirement of additional quota with respect to the more disadvantageous group. So if not the empirical data, then the initiative of the state for this subclassification is subjected to the judicial review. So this is about the recent Supreme Court landmark judgment. Now we'll deal the news from the economy section. So this news is about the Women Entrepreneur Development Program, which is launched by the National Skill Development Corporation in association with Britannia Industry Limited. So here the objective of this flagship program is basically to empower the women entrepreneurship in the country. The women entrepreneurship who is facing the women specific challenges in the area of entrepreneurship. So with this program, the National Skill Development Corporation is going to empower approximate 25 lakhs women. So this program is going to be launched in two different stages, whereby the first stage is about the self-learning basic entrepreneurship course, which is available in a multiple language on the Skill India Digital Hub. And after the completion of this course, a co-branded certification from the National Skill Development Corporation will be provided. Second stage under this program will begin with the selection of top 50 contestant who is going to present the business idea to the distinguished jury in a grand event, whereby out of this 50 contestant, 10 most successful contestant is going to be selected who will have the financial grant of 10 lakhs rupees. So this program is basically to empower the women specifically who wanted to be the entrepreneurship. Now the next news is about the change in the FASTag regulation in India. So that changes is going to be announced. The changes have been announced by the National Payment Corporation of India, and this changes is going to be implemented from 1st of August 2024, and the last deadline which is given with respect to the implementation of these changes is 31st of October 2024. So now we'll discuss that what are the changes. So with the vision of one vehicle, one FASTag, National Payment Corporation of India have said each vehicle must have only one FASTag. So that is going to remove the error related issues. If we talk about the FASTag issue, so the National Payment Corporation have given the directives that there is a need of the FASTag replacement in a case if it is older than the 5 years. So replacement of FASTag with respect to the FASTag which is issued before the 5 years, and there is a need to update the KYC norms if the FASTag is issued in the last 3 to 5 years, and that KYC updation must be done before 31st of October 2024. And if anyone is going to purchase a new vehicle, then the KYC updation must be done within the 90 days of purchase. Then the next important significant aspect is the uploading of image by the vehicle owner from the front and the side view, of the vehicle. And apart from this, there is a need of the database verification, whereby the FASTag provider must link the vehicle related information in the Vahan, which is a central repository of information about the vehicle registration number in state and the union territory maintained by the central government. So these are the certain changes which have been introduced with respect to the FASTag regulation from the 1st of August 2024. Now the next news is about the GST rate on health insurance premium. So recently Nitin Gadkari, the minister who wrote the letter to the Ministry of Finance about the removal of 18% of GST on the life and medical insurance premium. So before the GST, insurance being one of the service sector, so it was having the 15% of the tax rate. But after the GST from the 1st of July 2017, as the different indirect taxes have been subsumed under the GST, so now under the GST, this life and the medical insurance premium is having the 18% of the tax, which makes the premium payment by the users, that cost is rising. So because of which the concern which have been raised is that this kind of the tax is basically a tax which is on the uncertainty to the people, and the premium which is, and because of this the GST which is levied on the insurance premium amount to the levying on the taxes on uncertainty of the life. So this argument have been given that this should be removed or either reduced. So in the latest 9th to 10th of September GST Council meeting, so the decision have been taken that this matter have been referred to the group of minister to look after the issues that what can be done with respect to the GST on life and medical insurance premium. So as of now, this is under the consideration of the group of minister. So later on, we have to see that what is going to be the stand of the government with respect to this issue. Now, the next news is about e-rupees, whereby various fintech giant, for example, Google Pay, Phone Pay wants to join the RBI digital rupee project. So this is something which I have picked from the PIB, and in this news we'll try to understand what is this e-rupee and how does it work and what kind of the benefit this e-rupee is going to have. So if we talk about this e-rupee, is basically we can think as a digital currency which is basically work as a digital voucher which a beneficiary will get in a form of QR code, which is a quick response, or the SMS. And as it is already prepaid, then this individual who is the beneficiary of this e-rupee, he can or she can go and redeem it any center which is accepting this e-rupees. So to implement this e-rupees, the government of India have given the authority to the various banks to issue, and that is acceptable by somewhere around 1600 hospital. So this e-rupee is going to change the entire landscape of direct benefit transfer scheme. So basically this e-rupees, which is also termed as the contactless cashless voucher based mode of payment, which will help the user to redeem the benefit of this e-rupees without a card, a digital payment app, or the internet banking access. So this is going to change the India's payment system in a way. So this how this e-rupee is going to be the advantages to the consumer. So this e-rupee does not require to have the bank account. So even if a user does not have the bank account or any distinguished features with respect to the digital payment form, then also the user or the beneficiary can access this e-rupees. And apart from this, this is very easy and contactless with the two-step redemption process and does not require the sharing of any details. So there is not even a concern for privacy. And another significant advantage of this e-rupees is, even if somebody is not having the smartphone, so with the help of the SMS also, as we have seen that it can be redeemed either with the help of QR code or SMS. So if any user does not having the basic phone also, then the benefit of the e-rupees can be utilized. So having of smartphone is not a mandatory aspect for the usage of e-rupee. Now we have to see that which bank can issue the e-rupee. So the National Payment Corporation of India have partnered with 11 banks For example, Axis Bank, Bank of Baroda, Canara, HDFC, ICICI, Indian Bank, IndusInd Bank, Kotak Bank, Punjab National, SBI and UBI. So they are partnered with National Payment Corporation of India to issue this e-rupee. And if you talk about that, as of now, where this e-rupee is used, so as I already mentioned, that to begin with, NPI has tied up with more than 1600 a hospital where the e-rupee can be redeemed. So this is about the e-rupees, and the reason being that why this fintech companies is wanted to enter into the market of this e-rupees, as it is going to broaden their customer base. Now, the news that we will be discussing from the environment section. So, this is about the Idea for Life, a web portal which is launched by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So, here the objective of this Idea for Life is basically to invite an innovative approach from the student, faculty and research scholar in order to promote the lifestyle which is environment friendly. We know that in COP26, which is conducted at Glasgow of United Nations Framework Convention on the Climate Change, India have highlighted the idea of life movement, which means that lifestyle for the environment. So sustainable lifestyle practice needs to be promoted in order to save the environment. So to further promote this idea, now the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change have launched this website whereby the research and scholar and student, they can give the idea with respect to these issues. For example, how to save the water, save energy, reduce waste, reduce e-waste, say no to single-use plastic, adoption of the sustainable food system and adoption of the sustainable healthy lifestyle. So these aspect is going to be promoted in order to protect the environment with the involvement of the sustainable lifestyle practice. This is about the lifestyle for environment pitched as the one word movement at COP26. Now the next news is about ancient fish, namely sturgeon. So recently, World Wildlife Fund for Nature have said that nearly 395 cases from 2016 to 2023 of hunting and poaching have been identified with respect to this ancient fish, namely sturgeon, from the three countries, namely Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, which is located in the lower Danube river. So this Danube river, which is European second largest river after the Volga. So in this lower Danube region of this river, this particular fish is endangered because that is being heavily poached for its egg or roe and meat. So this poaching is being consistently threatening the existence of this sturgeon fish species, which is termed as ancient fish species, known to be existing from the late Triassic period, approximately 200 million years ago. So here we need to understand the different subspecies. So the sturgeon species is having a 6 subspecies. Out of these 6, 2 have been locally extinct from this Danube river, namely European sturgeon and ship sturgeon. So they are locally extinct from the area. If you talk about the rest of the 4, so out of these 4, 3 are critically endangered and 1 is endangered since 2020. So the stellate sturgeon, Russian sturgeon and beluga sturgeon is critically endangered. If we talk about the stellate sturgeon, then it is endangered since 2022. You have to write in the comment section what is the origin of this river Danube and from where it merged. Now the next news is about the Special Investigation Team report about the killing of approximate 43 tiger in the Madhya Pradesh Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve. So the special investigation team have identified these tigers is being killed in this Bandhav Tiger Reserve. So this tiger reserve, which is located in the Vindhyan range and the eastern flanks of the Satpura hills, various small river and the streams, which is including Charanganga, Damer river and Johila river, is passed through this range. So this tiger reserve, which is known for the presence of Royal Bengal tiger, and this tiger reserve having one of the highest density when it comes to the presence of the tiger in this reserve. In India, it is a Corbett National Park or the Corbett Tiger Reserve, which is having the highest density of the tiger in India. Now, the next news is about whereby the Supreme Court mandated a central empowered committee have flagged the serious concern about the harm which have been done to the Sarisika Tiger Reserve in Rajasthan. So this tiger reserve is very important, and as it is the first reserve in the world, not just in India, be mindful in the world, to successfully relocate the tigers that was done from the Ranthambore Tiger Reserve. So approximate 8 tigers from this Ranthambore Tiger Reserve was relocated in this Sriseka Tiger Reserve, which is in the Alwar district of Rajasthan. Alwar district of Rajasthan. Initially, it was a national reserve in 1955, and then later on in 1979, it is the status of this natural reserve is shifted to the as a Tiger Reserve Park in 1979 after the launch of the Project Tiger. Now, we'll discuss the current affairs from the international affairs. So the very first is about the Quad country have recently announced that Indo-Pacific Partnership for Maritime Domain Awareness will be extended to the Indian Ocean, that is going to be utilizing the Indian Navy Information Fusion Center in the Gurugram. So here we need to understand what is this Indo-Pacific Partnership for Maritime Domain Awareness. So basically, this was launched by Quad in 2022 at Kyoto, Japan Summit of Quad leader, whereby the objective of this initiative is to identify the dark shipping. And so here the meaning of the dark shipping is basically a automatic identification system is deliberately switched off by the shipping vessels in order to be remain unmonitored. So to identify this dark shipping pattern in the Asia Pacific region and to promote a very transparent shipping in the region, this Quad country have announced this IPMA-DA. So the focus of this IPMA-DA is 3 areas. One is a Pacific island, another is a Southeast Asian region and Indian Ocean region. And now that it has been extended to this Indian Ocean region and to identify the dark shipping pattern in this Indian Ocean region, this is going to utilize the India's Navy Information Fusion Center, which is located in Gurugram, Haryana. So you should know that the objective and when it was established, and India is an integral part of this initiative. Now, the next news is about the world first thorium based nuclear plant is going to be start operation from 2025, and that is by the China, and you should know the location, which is in Wuwei City, Gansu, China, located in Gobi Desert. So we'll understand what is the meaning of this thorium and molten salt and what is the significance of it. So conventionally, the nuclear reactor use the uranium as a fuel, but this nuclear power plant is going to use the thorium. So what is the implication of using the thorium instead of uranium? So the thorium basically is a less resistant to the proliferation of the nuclear weapon. Why? Because in the process of generating the electricity or energy from the thorium based power plant, they do not produce the plutonium, which is a very important aspect of the nuclear weapon. If we talk about the another important aspect is it radiate very less long radioactive wastage. So it is very easy to handle any nuclear power plant which is based on the thorium, because it will release the less long lived radioactive waste. And if we talk about what is the meaning of here, the molten salt, so basically the nuclear power plant use water as a cooling agent or to carry the heat and generate the electricity. But in this particular thorium based nuclear power plant, this will use the molten salt to carry the heat and generate the electricity. So that is going to reduce the dependence on the water as a resources, and therefore these kind of the nuclear power plant can be located in even arid region. And from this only we can understand that the China have located this in the Gobi desert area. Why? Because that is going to be used liquid salt as a cooling agent. So this salt as a cooling agent also comparatively secure. The reason being is, in case of any malfunctioning, this molten salt solidified and it protect the releasing of this radioactive waste from the thorium from this particular nuclear power plant. So you should know that country, location, and what is the significance of it. Now the next news, which is about recently India has elected as a vice chair of Supply Chain Council for Indo-Pacific Economic Framework. So first we will understand what is this Indo-Pacific Economic Framework. So this was launched on 23rd of May in 2020 at Tokyo, Japan, which is a group which is signed in among the 14 countries, and India is one among them. So here the objective of this initiative is to strengthen the economic engagement and promote the cooperation among the partner country. And this framework is having basically, in order to promote the economic engagement and cooperation, this engagement is having the 4 different pillars, whereby one pillar belongs to the trade, second pillar belongs to the supply chain resilience, and the third pillar belongs to clean economy, and when it comes to the last one is about the fair economy. If we talk about the participation of India with respect to this 4 pillar, then India have joined the pillar number 2 to 4. It means leaving aside the pillar number trade, and while India have been a observer status when it comes to the pillar number 1. So why this is in news? Because as we have seen, the second pillar, which is about the supply chain resilience, it is having a 3 supply chain body, and out of this 3 supply chain body, for one supply chain body, India has been elected as a vice chair for the tenure of 2 years. So the 3 supply chain body under the second pillar is, one is Supply Chain Council, for which India have been elected as a vice chair for 2 years, and USA is going to hold as a chair. Then the second supply chain body is Crisis Response Network, whereby Republic of Korea will be the chair and the Japan will be the vice chair. Then the third, which is the last one, is Labor Right Advisory Board. Again, the US will be having the chair and the Fiji will be having the vice chair. The next news is about a volcano which is located in Tanzania in African continent. So recently a geophysical research letter, which is a global journal, have published a report which talks about the weird volcano which is in the Tanzania is shrinking into the ground at a rate of 1.4 inches, which is 3.6 centimeter per year between 2013 and 2023. The reason which have been highlighted for this sinking, the location of this volcano which is located nearby the rift zone in East African region. So because of which this is consistently subsidizing at a rate of 1.4 inches. So this volcano is very important to understand because this is weird in terms of that it is having the runniest magma in the world, and it is the only volcano which is erupting the carbonatite lava. So what does make it significant, as this carbonatite lava is having a different chemical composition as compared to other, for example, the silicate lava. So in this particular lava there is a calcium and the carbon dioxide which combines to form the calcite and other carbonate minerals. So after the quick eruption, so in the presence of water and this is about the August month current affairs, the very first session. Soon we will meet with the second session for the same month. Thank you so much.